So welcome. This is my radio talk show halftime report from Goldindyear Stadium here in Rockford, New Jersey. Oh, do you want me to come back to Earth? All right. You know, if you go too fast, you're going to catch up to somebody else's ass. And all your life, you don't want to sniff ass, but when you're in your car, that's all you want to do. You can't wait. You're up their ass, and you're beeping them, and you're pushing them. You're a big guy. You're in your car, eh? I'm just all confused right now. Do I call them guys, bitches, fags? What do I call them? What did God put us in here? God put us all as sixes. That's it. She chose the sex. Where was she going to get more? So what's freaking me out right now is I just thought of something. This is the year of the ace. Every 4 years it's the year of the ace. Can I cry? Should I act? Am I just making a joke? Well, if I'm making all this shit up, is it good or is it not? Well, you decide. You're watching? Go get yourself a beer and come on down. We'll smoke a joint together. I can feel you over there watching me, because I know if there's somebody watching me now, then they're still here. And they heard what I said, so they're still watching me. And when they go away, they won't hear the next words I speak. Don't really like this company. Although this company and Ford Auto Cars, they have the same emblem going around their name. Ford is F6 for time. Time. ORD, OR for the gold. The D is not in here. The D can be for the door or the angel. But this is for the hog of time. That bitch. Time. I came here to go slow. I'm going to look for what I have to get. Either you can sit here with me, or just like I said before, why am I so negative with everybody? I have to show them I know what's going on. I'm playing this role. Whatever the role is, whatever name it is, it makes no difference to me. And then again, if I want to watch these videos again, if I don't play the role and give the role a name, a number, a tag, or something, how am I going to remember? So I guess the number system was created so you can remember something else. Well, what the are you going to remember before numbers? Zero, screwballs. Don't you know it's all about zero? When the clock strikes any 5-minute number, it's larger than any other mark. It's larger because it's taking up more of a position on both sides of the mark of whatever mark it's taking up. If it would be taking up on the number 5, it'd be the mark of 25 minutes after, or 25 times space, circle, 3, thick line. Now what the hell does that mean? I'm going to try and find it in here if I could. Because it's in the cards. Whatever I tell you, I don't make it up. I find it in other things. Now I just have to prove my point, right? Because I have to watch these videos in the future. I know there was an oddity of mine who seemed to be taking down everything I said, and within a 2-month period sent me a whole booklet. And I have that right here in front of me. I might read you a paragraph. Took down all this information about me, and at this time I haven't made a Mr. Tackpants video yet. But because of what I was sent from who knows where, I started making those videos. Here it is. These would be the circles. 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 circles. That's the Trinity, A, C, and E. But in this position, it's B, D, and F. Inside the center, it's an E. It says death. But wait, this is very confusing. You see this card? Okay, I can take this. I'll just draw it out myself. Look what you have here. I took half the card. The only thing that's going to be left, would it be the same thing as the other side? But how do you get the other side? You have to diminish one size of this and one of this to spread them out, because these 2 cards will now look like this. They won't look like this. They look like this. When you build bricks on a house, you don't put one brick on top of the other one. How do you want them to stick together? Oh, if you want to know if I know anything, I know very little. but I know a little about so much that if you want to fool me, that's okay, because I'm ready to be fooled. I want to go deeper so I can understand myself. Even if I'm fooled, it makes no difference to me. Sometimes it's fun inside that game that somebody's playing with you, but you always have to remember who you're playing with. And if you fool the fooler and you're only going in and you have absolutely no ambition to go any further, then I wouldn't actually go into the game anyways. That's not me. They might call me Enzo, but my name is Rolf, or Ronnie, Ronald, Raphael. Sometimes they call me Mr. Tackpans. Who's that? Hey, you. Oh, that's me. Okay, I'm ready. What are we doing? Well, I can't right now. Listen, everybody knows there's probably about 18 to 20 hours I can give out a week, and after that, it's my time. You know what I'm saying? You got to be balanced. Oh, well, not in all scenarios, you see. In certain scenarios, I don't have to be in the balance the way you see it. But for me, going up a little bit higher than where the reality is already the knowledge of knowing is you're in the balance of the first world, to be in the balance of the second world, to be in the balance of the third world, and by the fourth world, being on the seesaw, your feet now touch the ground, but your ass has not. But your ass has touched the seat you sit on, along with the one rider on the other side. So your seat has to have a value. 1, 3, 7, 9, 2, 4, 6, and 8. What do they really mean? I still don't know, but I still get through it anyways. So where were we on here? Did I show this off yet? Yeah, I showed that off. Okay, they show, and you can see right away. Look on her neck. It's the race course for the clubs, because that's what it is. It's a U. It's in and out and in and out and in and out and all the way around. It happens 3 times, and on the 4th time, probably you're over here, you get to see the moon. And then you go around 3 times and it comes out again, you get to see the moon. See how open it is for the moon? The stars start to get brighter and then they diminish and you go back around again and around again. Dr. Ray Jean, or whatever it was, he kept saying there was not 4 days, there were 96 hours in one day. He never said, did he say 4 days? I never heard 4 days, because you can have 96 hours for different levels if the world we're in. What, do you think an animal that runs around for 98% of his time is in the same time zone as we are? They're checking the clock? They're not in the same time zone, but it's more than that. It's where the earth is. Just want to draw something. I don't draw very good. But if you take a look, here and here, they move along each other. This 5 goes down beside this 5. And then it tilts the water like this. And then it works back to the other end of the day and the oceans are straight. At the same time, okay, not this one, but there's another one that goes around this. There are 3 of them. There must be more than one. I can guarantee you right now, a tray of eggs has 30 eggs on it. So it's minimum 30 by 30, which is already 900, or down to 9 for birth of that creation, or 90 coming into this world, which equals 135, which equals 270, plus 3 equals 273, equals 39 weeks to 7 days, and you've got a baby on the way. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm 2 weeks late. Well, if you're 2 weeks late, that's 288. 288 by 1 1/4, which is the remainder of the rest of the days, other than the 364th day of the 13th moon, which 1.25 or 30 hours already egg tray is left over with nowhere to go. 288 by the 1 1/4 of what I just spoke equals to 360 degrees, which was the day Jesus was born, unless it wasn't the leap year back then, although he was born in 3 BC. How did I do with that? Well, I don't have anything on here prepared. I come here live, man. I come here to have fun, man. You know what I just noticed on my Coke can? On the, well, talking about Coke cans, okay, the Coke, the cloak. Talking about Coke cans, it's marked 355 on my Coke can. That's how many milliliters there are. Also stands for the 25, the Queen and the King in the deck of cards. Also, nothing happens on the last date. And the famous race is coming into play. On the 18th of December, Resh, creation, and the ghost of the gates of Uranus come at the exact same time, 7 and 9. The row of 1, 4, 7 equals 12, and 3, 6, 9 equals 18. M and L. The 12th month, the 18th day, 3 days before the 21st. 3 sevens are 21. That's a whole. You pull 3 away. And if you pulled the 3 away from 12, you'd be at 9. And that would be half, and that would be the creation of the IR. The IR what? What's coming? Who's here? I'm all alone. I never get done more than a little bit more than this. And then it's this. Until somebody asks me a question, so I make it this. And I make it my business if I can. I'm really sorry for those I can't get back to. Oh, and there are only a handful. But I don't get back right away. And I did have an answer I had to give to, was it Waterfront? Was it the Jack Emery? Was it Zach Coville? Who were these guys? You know what? When a name sticks in my head, you must be good. Okay? Good enough to say, wow, these guys are like 100 steps ahead of me, but I see the road so clear. I see where they are. All I got to do is I don't need to catch up to them. I just always have to have them in view. Almost like a tension wire. I told you, if you get too close to the front, if I get too close to the front, I get too excited, I fall down. I mean, I have sex, the minute I see the girl, that's it for me. I fell asleep. I was way too excited, got a big bad headache, fell down on my bed, didn't get any head, everything stood the same, blue and red. I woke up in the morning, everything was dead. It was limp and lame. I played the game, it was all the same. It went my way, it went her way. I didn't know what she played in the night, but that was okay. If she took the stick of staff, because all great rulers must have a staff to rule. I still think that it's a she. I think it's a she. But why would, if it was a she, because Hashem says he and she. I know I'm on a different random right now, and I just have so much, and you're just so much. Let me turn it around. Should I turn this around where I was? Yeah, okay, we're going to jump off the road. We're not going to talk about Tigger. Somebody had a Tigger cassette, and I looked at it, and it said, like, Tigger was nervous about meeting people or shy with humans. So I want to know, because my cats ran away. My cat, or listen to this, cat, water, W-A-T-C-A-T. My cats run to the toilet all the time. My water is being sucked down. It's not going like this. It's going in a perfect motion, just like this whole entire area where I live is in a perfect motion. I see the way the people act. I see the way the people drive. I know when someone's going to cut me off. I know when someone's going to pull in front of me. I know when someone's going to let me in. I read them so well. And it's so easy to read that, you know what? I'm never going to take more of a guess that if they're not going to show me and stop and tell me to go ahead of them, I'm just not. And when I have to go, I'll go. I am a goody two-shoes that's just not all two shoes all the time. And don't forget, you only can play 7 of 9, where one of them is your heart. So it's automatic that heart will play both sides. So you're now 6 of 9, in which you're divided of 3 and 3. Because the other one is standing and sticking up your butt and out your nose as you're breathing the air and going and shitting it out in the bathroom. Sorry to disgust everybody right now. I hope you're listening to this at work. 3 o'clock, you're almost done. What is this, Tuesday? Oh, this is just the beginning. I have some good numbers during the week. That may be everything, and everybody will understand. So now that I jump off that racket onto the next, listen to this. The Monopoly corners. I'm just jumping further. Oh, no, let's not go to the Monopoly corners. Let's go here. The wheelbarrow. What do you think? Could we make the Illuminati devil look like sort of the wheelbarrow? Part of the wheelbarrow is made with it's like a boat, but it's like the Pontiac boat. What do you want to make from it? What do you want this to look like? I can show you 3 of these and how it turns into 120 degrees. And since we're talking about 120 degrees, that equals to 360 degrees. This year, we get 3 even months of 122 days, which is 11 times 11 plus 1 equals 122, which is the 5th month of May. And May backwards, okay, in French says I am. Oh, big deal. Of course, I'm only playing really with 9 numbers, or 9 letters. And a couple of the numbers and letters, they're all the same. 5, 2, oh, switch subject right away. Boom, boom. Friend of mine, his name is Marcel. Mars, you can go right to the C, or Mars, or Mark, L. The mark, her mark. We have her mark. It already says we have the name of her mark. This backwards, in French, would say week. But could be the aim or SEM, the semen. The semen, right here, backwards from week. What was the semen? What week? Who did it? What was it? Where was the L? Immense. Men, L, she and he in the same word. ST here for saint. 39 and 5. Perfection of 10 and 44 Barack Obama. How do I do that? 19, 20 is 39. 7th inning stretch. 18 outs and 21 outs. The letters R and the letter U. Also with the E say street. What street are we going down now? Should I put down the glasses and get out the car? Oh man, it's good to speed, right? Absolutely. But guess what? It'd be greater to even be able to speed when you know the highway's all yours and there's everybody on the side road saying, go on, buddy, go as fast as you want, but make sure you stay on the road. So then again, you still have to follow the laws of this earth. Just because you've been given the freedom, you do not absolutely have the freedom. All you have is the knowledge of what the freedom can be. What you have to understand is the rules of what the freedom is. Is that not a good way to say it? Is there a better way to say free? There's no one here. I wish there was. Well, I wish there wasn't, because then I'd be a bad company. Hey, bad company. I'd be good company. I'd let them listen to that, and I talk to you guys, even if you're not watching me right now. That's what he keeps telling me. He says, Ron. I go, yeah. He says, I got bad news for you. Oh, yeah? He said, real bad news for you. I go, what's that? You didn't finish off with that 366. I go, okay. What is the bad news? Oh, there's no one watching me? You just wait. I bet you we leave this thing alone for a couple hours, someone's going to watch me. You watch me. We don't even have to be there. You just put it up in the star. Yeah, in the star system. Yeah, man. What a good place to be. 115, 11, and E, the key. Why do I know that? Because look behind your computer. It shows 115 volts. You want to go to the Twin Towers, 110 volts? Well, they got that in the light socket. Is that where you want to go? Where do you want to go? What station do you want? What number is it? It's going to take you somewhere else, because in this world, everything repeats once you pass 9, 11. Don't forget, on the way up, there's certain letters that we should speak about. I'm probably going to forget about that because I want to finish with this. There are 3 parts of 122 days this year, 1111 plus 1. 122. 3 times is 366. Okay. On the 310 days before, it's supposed to be the end of the world, is 356. But we have to speak of the eve, so it's 355. 355 is the size of most of our COLLA cans here in Quebec. Okay. And don't forget, we get a nickel. You know why we get a nickel? Because when we bought it, it was full of water for the beaver. And when we finished it, it was empty, and the beaver was now on dry land up our ass, pushing grass once we go to the can. The other part is pushing grass is what you use up here before it goes down there. Don't forget, there's the lubricant and the energy. So you piss out one of them, and you separate the information, and then you go to the bathroom. And of course, they leave a little liquid on the other side, but that's really your blood, really and truthfully, isn't it? Well, anyways, let me get on to the next story. So we split it like this. 3 months, 3 of, instead of 366, forget that, man. 3 times 66. 180, halfway around, and 18, the letter Resh. 1 and 8, A and H, angel heaven. Don't forget, there's only 2 A letters that stand out first before any other letter at all. And that's the H and the R, the 8th letter and the 18th letter. In between is the 10 God. L'chaim. Oh my God. Oh, you see how I get paid from God? Or of the energy or whatever it is? When he tells me I'm so right about what I'm thinking and how I see it and my version of it. Don't forget, whatever I say, there might be 10 of them. And then there's probably 100 that are very close. And a couple that you were heard that were close to the ones that were close, but meant nothing as close as what I'm telling you. Mine is the closest. Because I do all the numbers. But I'm not the last. I can never be the last. Thank God. I always wanted to be last. I was always last all my life, and now I want to be first, and I don't even have to try. But if I won't be last, then who's going to cut someone's hair at the end when the spirit comes in and makes its last cut? We've been snipped away. What do you think? It's been getting hot here? Slowly, they keep clipping us away, and the islands are being clipped away. Clipped away more in a sense of it's all wireless. It's all in energy. It's all magnets, and it's in the water, big time. And you're 90% water, my friends, and I suggest that you start drinking tomato juice. I don't know what else to drink. That's what I'm thinking of right now, tomato juice. And we are the golden boys because we're always swimming upstream, and those two letters, O and R, is this or that, or Bobby or is number 4, and it's ORR. Or 18 and 18, 36, total creation, plus 2 is 38, the connection between the 3 planets of 8, 8, and 8, making the 24 of the day. 2 by 4 and 2 plus 4, 8 and 6, man of heaven. 6 and 8 is 14. The cross in the middle of Rubik's Cube. 1 and 4 is 5. The E world of WEN, it all begins again. NEWS, let's start it all over again. NEWS. Of course, like I said before, there's sort of 2 norths and 2 souths. Well, the southwest and the southeast are like, anyways. Let's not get into that because I don't know too much about that. Have you ever seen what the exclamation point can look like? Where is it? Right here. Here's the exclamation point. This one and this one. This is a number 2 where the energy comes in, but it goes all the way down to here. And that's where the point she meets. This is the fleur-de-lis. She's got 1 0 on this side and 1 0 on that side because they mean nothing without this. This is what gives all the energy. These are only positions of 4 and 5. Okay, didn't go anywhere with that one, I guess. 3 by 66 is 198. Is that what I got? Well, 198 is all you can get. 99 and 99, 2 sides of 99 is 198. That's it. 1998, that was it. 999 and 999 was 1998. Just like 7, 8, and 9 and 9, 8, and 7 equals 1776. But if you try it to the 10 world, it says 777. The gates have met at 21. The dice cube has met the 21 of the 12th month of the 21 day. That will not work. That is 24. And you have bust out of this world of X. That does not work. It's got to be on the 18th. And that's only if anything works at all. Because I got the calendar over here. I did want to tell you something that April, the 100th day of the year, this year, was on Easter. It was the 9th of April, and that means eternal. It happened on an eternal day. Why eternal? 4 by 9 is 36, plus the 4 makes it 40, and that's the game of Monopoly. What do you want me to explain it to you? I can't explain it to you. If you give me something and say, well, why don't you show me it against this? And I'll do it against that. And why don't you show? You give me the game, I'll look at it. You do what you have to do, but if you don't know anything and you're not looking for, you only can look, you need something to base before anything happens, because whatever I say, if you have no desire of a basis within the interior of the entire matter, regardless of what I say, it'll never really ring a bell until you absolutely, like, see the moving pictures of some sort. Anyways, Raphael 7286, and there's more where that's coming from. It's all in the game. Oh, did I ever tell you about this? Fox plus wolf equals 101. The wolf howls at the moon. I have to go over this quick, okay? The water, the fox in the water. I'm not going really anywhere with this. Oh, my God. Okay, whatever. Okay, I gotta stop. Nothing's wrong. Oh my God. Is it about the cat, the dog, Ebony and Ivory? Well, if you were to talk Ebony and Ivory and we went to play pool, wouldn't that be the white ball and the black ball? Ivory, Ebony, Eb, B and E, 2 and 5, 7. O-N, on and off, the first part of pi. Into the electronic world. Of course, the white and black, positive and negative, the one with some power and the one that's, however that works, the return circuit of that. Isn't that what it is? Is that how power circuit works with black and white? I mean, all you guys are fools. I read this thing, some white guy said something about some black guy, and you know what? There's no comment that has to be made. There's absolutely no comment. Okay? Who's the bigger idiot? You know what? For me, I just want God to make everybody more the same color so that nobody can screw around with that skin color, because that's goddamn disgusting. Okay? In fact, more disgusting than that is anybody who downs anything in an undiplomatic way is more of a, I feel so sorry for them. It's so sad that people just don't see, or they laugh about it while they're destroying others in front of them and not noticing that they're going to have to live by the laws of the land they created because of what they did when they were 18, 25, and 28 years old. By the time you're 70, you have to live those laws. Now they're out protecting everybody because we were bad. In a little way. In a little way. It just gave them more of a chance to say something. But if you want to go back, we can talk about the Titanic and what I saw. Isn't that funny? When you put down the glasses and close your eyes and think about the numbers and imagine the situations, for me, they become almost real. I don't see them there. I have my eyes closed, but most of my thinking is when I don't even touch any of my senses and I just swoop off into the other worlds. You know, I'm not really happy with my last 6 minutes of this video, but thank God. You see how lucky I am right now? Because being not so popular at all, not many people watching me, not many people are coming to the 27th minute. So if I screw up and people don't notice any of this for like another 2 or 3 years, maybe I'll get a whole lot better, and when they look back, they'll go, look what he was like then, and look what he's like now. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, what? I'm here to be judged. It's like a movie. When you come on here, you say, well, was the movie good? Oh, yeah, I thought the movie sucked. If you took any information out of the movie, that's your business. But right now, they're like all movies, all parts of a moving book. A book that I knew nobody would ever read because they didn't want to put their eyes into something that was going to twist their mind so upside down they wouldn't know what truth was. They'd all think that the whole information was just an Irish kite. Fly a kite, go away. So I put it on here, and you can turn it on and turn it off and turn it on. Much better than a book. Listen to 5 minutes. Don't listen to it all. Shows up in 5 years. Happens, doesn't happen. The thing is, what show are you going to watch tonight? I'm on here 28 minutes. No videos, no discussion. Coffee in my hand, and dying for a cigarette. I got a little joint. I don't want to smoke weed. I smoked a little joint a long time ago. I smoke maybe 1 joint a day, man. I don't have to smoke when I'm inside the other world. You're already high when you get there. When you smoke 1 dash of weed and it's like a door. Oh, the door is gone. Now I'm just mellowing between the two. Whoop, that door is closing, so I'll lean a little bit over to the side, pretending that it's not closing at all. Stabilizing myself, trying for 10, only to keep the door open, and remembering, cool, man. Slow down. Let it go easy. Everything will come in time. Do it until your death and be good forever and ever, and you shall be good and it'll come to you. Do not worry. If it doesn't come back, something will come back. You are full of information. You do not need to find anything but looking down at one thing, and from one comes two. And therefore 4 and 8 and 16, and life went on to sing that good old song of life. I still wish I can remember. Like talk about something and 20 minutes later come back and, you know why I can't? I definitely need my own personal computer going, hey, do me a favor, write this down, write that down, and remind me. If somebody would keep reminding me about what we got to do, oh my God, fuck, I can completely let myself go and not have to remember anything at all, letting my body be free of that lost energy, remembering everything when I just think. Raphael, 7286. Constellation of Pegasus, 7286. Check it out. Go check out Pegasus, 7286. Baffin Islands, here in Canada, Quebec, 7286. And I know the real diagonal line goes all the way from the Baffin Islands all the way to the North Pole. And I don't even know if the North Pole is the real North anymore. Is it where the North Star is? Anyways, where are we at? Baffin Islands, and I was letting everything go, but I can't. Now what we have to do is 3666 is 198. 1 times 98 is 98. 9 and 8 is 17. 98 and 17, 108, 115. 115 volts, what our computer is plugged up to, just like I told you before. 9 times 8 is 72. That is my number. 2 and 7. The 2 world of the 7th gate. 72, 17 plus 72 is 89. My number is 86. But wait a second. Somehow we just flipped upside down. And the 86 flips upside down. The 8 still remains an 8. But now the 9 becomes a 6. And we have 7286 from 366 days, which is this year. 11 days before the last day, plus 1 day, the night they call the eve, the night before, is on the 20th. So this would be this one would happen to be on the 17th, plus the 18th, plus the 12th month. 17 and 18 is 35, something to do with the number of God. 12th month is 47, and that is time, my friends. That's 24 hours, my friends. It's incredible. What number did I just say? 24. I know I don't think I made a mistake, but I just don't remember what I said. So the 17th and 18th in the 12th month is 47. 47. 7 by 4, 28. 7 plus 4, 11. 28 and 11 equals 39. What words does it stand for? TEN. What other words? The 7th inning stretch. What other words? 10, the letter J. Jack King. Hey, you guys are jacking off. What are you doing? Let's keep on going. I got a Jack King in my heart. Oh, you got a Jack King in my heart? You see, I wasn't even thinking to say that. Yes, I'm trying to speak sometimes a little bit faster than I want. Part of the show. The reality show. I tell you my reality, and I show it off. And you have to think whether this guy is serious, and if any of this is, or if it's all bullshit. It wouldn't matter. Why don't you check it out? Check out all the numbers. The Twin Towers, if you're looking about the Twin Towers, my friends, you must look who was building number 7, okay? 20 minutes before it happens, you must check who was inside building number 7. I'm going to tell you why I'm telling you this. Because if you watch the movies, okay, especially that one with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, there were 20-minute clocks. 20-minute clocks. 20 minutes is a 5 degrees movement on our clock of time, okay? 20 minutes is the only time she could have started that clock. So she had to be in that out of one building and into the next, because what I believe is the receiver, okay, or the phone call she had to maybe have made while walking from one building through the walkway into the next building, into building number 7, or whichever way you want to say it, or however you want to look at it, crisscross it. There's someone that came out of building 7 that was in both buildings, all the buildings. I just can't imagine the block. That's why I've never looked at it, and I don't really want to look at it, because if I look at it, I might change my mind and all my thoughts, and I can't do that yet. So she had to she had to make that phone call. She had to, and was it a lightning rod that came out of the sky? And I want to know, were there generators in the basement? Where were the generators? Were any of the metros around there running under generators of some sort at the time, maybe running it down the track? Were there any tracks that weren't running down in the New York metros? This is to do with generators, because if they're using metal and copper, they got to hotwire it. So it's got to go down and up and down the columns in order to hotwire all these vacuum cleaners. You know those vacuum cleaners you throw on your floor and they move all around, they bump into things and they pick up shit? Well, that's what it is. Those are coils. I like to say it's a rodent coil. That's how strong I think they probably were. And I think that's the only thing they could have really ever known. I mean, I don't like to say it like that, but I'm saying it because that's how much I think of it. When I think of the numbers, I see what the numbers do. I know exactly what they do. They build up and they split. And then they go around and around each other, always constantly like a wheel on the outside, forcing, giving an extra energy boost. That last force from the cylinders. I mean, they compared in electricity, but I see it doing something else through the numbers. So, yeah, she had to come out of building number 7. She had to. And and you know what? I just keep I don't know why, but it's showing me a white coat. You know, it keeps turning into a guy now, but it's not a white coat, but a beigeish white overcoat. There's somebody jogging away from the building, maybe 15 minutes before. But then I see this strap that's around, and he's carrying something, a bag of some sort, and it's a flap on his bag. And he's got a white coat, and I keep seeing it as a she, but now I'm seeing a he, and he's wearing sunglasses, and he's got dark hair, and it's combed over to this side, and he's looking both ways, and he's running on an angle across to the corner, and I think he made I don't know which way he went. Wow, that doesn't happen very often. Do you know why I just did that? Because Guy Waterfront, he sent me something. He says, if you can write 750 words, 3 pages a day. So sometimes when I just get just a thought like that, true or not, I just let it go all the way and see where it stops. And I try not to force it. So that story of the Twin Towers is exactly what it was. But don't forget, Twin Towers, TT 2020, both on free parking. One next to New York, one next to what? Kentucky. Then there's a red chance. Raphael 7286. We can stop at that. Yeah, so I have nothing. I mean, everybody's talking about them anyway. So what's the difference? You know, like big deal. Like, I mean, apparently, if you listen to everything that's going on, there's New World Order. So like, they don't need to put anybody in jail because they're going to jail everybody. So whoever did it wouldn't make a difference, because by the time it gets to the courts, we'll all be in jail anyway, so we can never get to the courts unless we're all in court, and then we're going against them for doing something illegal. Yeah, we're going against the world for doing something illegal, but they own all the laws in the courts, so where do you go? You know what I'm saying? So I tell you a story, and I just like that story, that coming down to 20 minutes. You know, I saw it in a movie. Saw it in a lot of movies. Yeah, I like that one. Oh, how about the A-Team? A&T, Angel Transmission. BCE, Bell, shows you coming out from the sky. FED, AT&T. All these telephone companies, I'm telling you, man, check them out. There was a movie called Matrix. If you enjoyed the movie, well, if you find one thing, you're just going to say, oh my God, there's really a connection. B, C, and E. Yeah, 23, 2, 3, and 5. It says the first part of water. 2020, okay, is the T letter and the ER. 2020 creation. Okay, Twin Towers is actually free parking. F&P, 6 and 16, 22 bus. The Twin Towers, 1111, just came down. You don't need 1111 or 11 and 0. It's obvious. The O is right there. Came down on a 1010. 1010 is perfect. It's the complete extremities you can ever have. It's 4 corners and nothing in between. It's all 90 degrees. It's 360. But if you took that, right, into the Mercedes sign, it'd be 120 degrees each. But you'd have a point in the center. Am I holding this right? Yeah, you're having a, so yeah, I lost my place. So you'd have this point in the center. I'm trying to think. Yeah, when you go in four corners, you can live inside. But if you have a point in the center, well, that point is entrapping you in that 120, 120, 120. That's it. That's it. We're entrapped in that 120 because the point of the Mercedes is in the center. Do we open that up into a star, or do we use that point as our creation? Because we are three of three creation. There's three lines. We are the center. We have the center dot of creation of 3, 3, and 3, which is the pig's pregnancy, which is 2 moons, which is also 2 moons and 4 moons and 2 days. Why 4 moons and 2 days? Because 4 moons and 2 days is a pregnancy. Add the 2, add the baby of the 2, 2 making the 4, and the 2 making the 6 of the 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Stop that, Ronnie. Okay, I could have had a V8. Where was I? Yes, so that 122 degrees, what I showed you in 7286 before, if we are, because silver, okay, and mare means mother of the matrix. VER says green. It says rev it up in green. Now, it could stand for money, and that's why they had to use money as green. I'm all over the place. I know it now. I'm grasping for straws, but not really. So I just don't want to go into anything else. We were with the water or whatever. Whatever. Oh my God. Oh, cancel these last 2 minutes. Why can't I one time not end the video where I look like a complete idiot? Oh, that's only my perspective. Maybe no one else thinks I'm an idiot? Oh, you don't think anybody thinks like me? Yeah, they told you on the radio talk show, nobody thinks like you. Oh, cool. Then no one will think I'm an idiot. Only me. Because if you think I'm an idiot, you're starting to think like me. Raphael, 7286. Watch out for Ohio, my friends. Ohio and the Mississippi and Kansas. That is part of a Great Lake setup. Somewhere and underneath the ground, I do not know, but that is part of the Great Lakes setup, running west and running east. And yes, somehow it does seem to reach the Colorado River. But nobody knows, not even me, because it's just a guess. Because I am allowed to guess. I'm drinking an Arabian coffee. R.A. Bean. That's who we are. We are all Arabian stamped horses. We are the purebred of the crop that came out. So whoever made it up this far, no matter what you did, they chose you. They chose you. They could have chose your other side and you wouldn't be here. All you'd be is something else. But then you wouldn't know the difference, or would you? Because by the time you got here, you wouldn't remember what's there. Say 10 again. 10. Say 10 again. 10. That's bullshit. There's no way we're the exact 10-10 worlds. We're 13-13s. Because 10-10, when you say 10, it says Satan. Or did Satan steal the name from the good creator of the good numbers? Say 10? No way, my friends. Let me tell you one thing about God. First of all, he's all 10 numbers to start with. He's all in between numbers, after numbers. He's the first number and he is the last. He is the space of emptiness, which you call nothing. He is what you breathe, and he says it's the tree of life, but you see only the breath of your air that comes out. Don't understand me. It is the system we live in. We live in a box. And without this box, it'd be like in the ocean, and we would be crushed as human beings. And you know what would happen after that? We'd be back in the other system, not knowing that this system ever even existed, because we would have never came here unless they blew up the balloon to begin with. And that's what Einstein was talking about. The Big Bang was blowing up the balloon and making airspace to put in this place so we can go and live. And then again, we might be so small, and all I keep talking about is we're inside another planet. Raphael, 72, 86, 48, 12. Why do I do that? No, 8 by 6 is 48. 8 plus 6 is 14. The total is 62. Part of the universal number of 622-6, in which comes out of card, game, queen. Then you can go ace, jack, ace, queen, because it's the 12th card, and the ace 14, ace, queen. So I can play around with these things, and you need to. Everybody has to have more than one value. But you only have one value, you go to work. That's it. You drive a car? Oh, so you got 2 values. You know how to dress? You got 3 values. You ate, kissed your wife, said hello to your kids, and you went up to work and respected everybody? You got 100 more values. Don't tell me every number has one value. You can only have one understanding at a time. And within will create the circle of life, giving the pinpoint that will be understood, that we can see both and all sides of the difference. Someone hit me in the head. What's happening with my recorder? Come on, guys. I thought you were going to put me in a new mouse. A new mouthpiece. Come on. Hi. Oh, that's a lot better. Oh, thanks a lot. Get that video cassette out of me. Right on. I'm running on diskettes. No more hot wire for me. You know, we were all in the beta system, running the discs of Beta, Betamax, the old VHS. That's what we're running in this world. That's what's running right now. But we run alongside of it. We run right alongside of it. That might mean the sky we're seeing right now, well, in the last world, it was the same sky. Well, that was 10,000 years ago. Obviously, it was the same sky. Well, they're running the same cassette just to make like the skies have never changed. That was, I always found that weird. The sky never changes. Earth always goes around the sun. The moon comes every 28 days, but yet we must adjust. We must adjust every 4 years for the trinitarial point. Why? It's a trinitarial point that puts 3 over to 1 again. 2 triangles turning around each other. And 1 in the center. The 1 in the center flips the 2 sides at the end. There's 1 here and 1 here. They turn them. There's 1 here and 1 here. But you have to take away the 1 here and 1 here. There's a distance. And when this one turns, after 3 years, this one will go click, click, just like a clock, man. And then after the last one turns, all the zeros turn. And then you're at 1 again. Time. The same thing happens with our moon. Don't think Jean Ray was an idiot. Don't think he was wrong. He's misunderstood, and I don't think he's explaining it right. But he's very close and onto something. I can see us being in triangular spaces, and we are we have 3 corners. We can have 4 corners, but you can't have 4 corners. You can split and put more space in the center, but either you put 3 corners on this side and 3 corners on this side, and you automatically need the number 11 to connect the 2 sides now. Now, in order to equalize everything, you turn it out to an octagon. Now we have 8, not 4, 8. And not only just 8, because if we were an octagon of an octagon, it would be 64 if we start stretching out the points. And every point will have a crisscross point when you continue the lines. So we'd even have more. At the end of it all, we'd have our memory. 512, 4096. That's what it works out to. It's all pieces and triangles. The ones that stick together, okay, they're like bars that go onto each side. It's that gelatin that keeps it together. It's the separation and the lubrication that they get. In order to have the separation, there's got to be something separating everything or not. If something didn't separate something else, they'd become one. You always need that separation block. Once they're mixed together, they become one. "49 minutes? You crazy guy. What are you doing for 49 minutes? My wife's been calling me for the last half an hour. Didn't get married. Not my wife. Friend? Yes. But the greatest thing about this is, I'm sharing this with you right now. For anybody who has come out here and took 49 minutes out of their day, bless you. But my wife is invisible. But She's always on my mind, and I'm never without her. We sleep at night, and she tells me stories. When I get up in the morning, she helps me on with my day. Sometimes I pat her. I think she's nice. She's been good with me. She's been hanging around my head all day. In fact, it's not nice to point, but she's right there in my eye. I see her in my eye. Well, I have nothing against black people because she's black and blue. In my eyes, my wife is blue. My wife is blue in both eyes. But behind the scenes, she asks me, what would you like to see inside your head today? And I say, dear, all I want is the truth. All I want to see is the truth and to share it with others so that we can live the truth. And she responds to me and says, honey, don't you know, if we learn too fast, we're going to get bored or either want more and too quick, and then you won't be able to share it all. It's got to be slow. But it's so hard on me, honey. Well, dear, well, if you want to be that way, you got it, and you want to share, well, you got to do it the right way. And if everybody knew too quick, like if the government told everybody too quick, like we're behind like 100 years, then we'd be flying high, building up, and be dying too quick. We have to learn, man, we are the cat and the turtle. We may run around and chase our own tail, but if we go too quick, we won't be able to pick up the information. But if a cat doesn't go quick enough, he can never catch his own tail. Although he never gets to his own tail, it doesn't make him stop from the next time. I guess he enjoys it. So I guess sometimes running around in your head is good for you. Now, if you ask, how can I do this and come on here and bring a little bullshit and stuff like that? Well, sometimes I try to not torture myself, but I need to have complete freedom from any thought at all. I don't want to have thought because that's my sickness, is gathering thoughts and not wanting to stop. I have a compulsive addiction attitude, and it's into learning. And when I find something that I really like, I'll never want to stop until I get it done, and I won't sleep. And it can't be done that way, so I've learned it can't be done that way. And over the years, I've learned more and more. Don't forget, this is only my second year. Although I've been doing this for many more years than this, I never knew it was this intense until about now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I didn't put on these glasses for you, eh? Do you know what these glasses do? Look into the camera. Hold on a second. You see the camera in my glasses? Now look at these. Which cameras are you looking at? Can you see cameras? There's like 1, 2 cameras now. So you think our eyes are perfect, eh? Like these lenses they make, they charge $90 and $100 and $300 because they separate things? You don't think the eyes move. You think we see the truth. How easy it is to show a little bit of difference. Maybe I've got 4 eyes. Yeah, there it is. I got the eyes on both sides. So we're going to end it right here. Raphael, 7286. I got a couple eyes on you right now, don't I?